Hey guys, HarlequinCoHO here, and I've just got a quick game for you all. We'll go ahead and get this started. I found this on the forums just recently, gamereplays.org. If you guys don't go there. If you guys don't go there regularly, go check it out. It's a great site, good repository of replays and that sort of stuff. So the game that I'm going to show you today is between Vampire and Nystrom. Now, both of these guys are known for their Terror Commander abilities, but today we have a little bit of change of pace, and Nystrom is playing on his armor account. nystromARM versus Vampire. Now, at the time of this recording, I looked up Vampire. He had about a 600 and something rating, sorry, 700 and something rating, rank 17th for the Terror Commanders. Meanwhile, Nystrom, if you've seen him in any other replays, is just a terrifying Terror player. He's got a really, really impressive record, like 125 and 10. And 1100 skill rating. But he is playing as a lower level armor commander. I believe he's just kind of maybe messing around on this account, just kind of leveling it up, that sort of thing. So as you'll see, he just has self-repair and Sherman Calliope. So not a whole lot of army items, you know, small health regeneration for his engineers as well as their capture point, you know, just kind of some basic army items and stuff like that. But for the most part, a low-level armor player, it's just kind of like a vanilla Coho player. I'm sorry, a vanilla, you know, Company of Heroes player. There's not a whole lot of these abilities that get used very early on. So we're going to go ahead and just see how he deals with the fact that he's fighting a pretty well-known Terror Commander. And let me go ahead and switch on back to Vampire and get a look at his early game. So we see Grenadier motorcycles coming out for him, and looks like he's got 2 Pioneers in the field. The first Pioneer that he built, actually, I'll go ahead and take a look at him. Berger's Panzer Pioneers. If you're not familiar with this unit, it can't actually build anything, and it's very anti-vehicle oriented. You can see that one of these guys has got a Panzer Shrek on, and by default there are 3 of them, if you didn't notice that as well. And they can only build mines and traps and things like that. They can't actually build normal structures. But Berger's Pioneers are going to have to retreat right now, because as you can see, Nystrom is just kind of taking this whole point here with his riflemen and his engineers. So like I said, went ahead right away and built this Grenadier motorcycle, which is also a level 5 hero. So you can see he's just filled with great hero items, and he's going to have to back away from these riflemen quite a bit. Not familiar with this unit, it can throw hand grenades, is its distinguishing factor. And we've got a bunch of Volksgrenadiers popping out. As you can see, these Volksgrenadiers are rather well equipped, army item wise as well. They have 9% accuracy, decreased reinforcement cost, and increased squad health by 16%. Looks like Nystrom's just got the increased sight range. So we do have a real disadvantage for Nystrom in terms of army items and that sort of stuff, because this is a new account, and that's, you know, totally understandable. But like I said, still a good game between 2 people who are just really skilled by themselves anyways. So you can see that he went ahead and threw that hand grenade into the building, but Nystrom, really quick reacting player, got the hell out of that building before that happened, and is now jumping right back in, just kind of causing him to using up some munitions. Nystrom getting some really, really intimate positioning here with his rifleman. Just going to go pig pile right on top of this motorcycle. Meanwhile, looks like Vampire is just going to focus down these riflemen with his own Volksgrenadiers. The motorcycle bites it, but the Volksgrenadiers have been firing for quite a while, close range. Meanwhile, it looks like the riflemen have just been kind of skirting around a little bit. So the riflemen take actually a surprising number of casualties, and the Volksgrenadiers get out of it okay with 5 kills. So good use of cover there. Unfortunately, he lost the motorcycle, and that was the big thing. That's going to be costly to get that back. And likely, I don't know, we'll see if he actually does build it again, because usually you just want those for early game harassment, and that's that. So he is kind of dealing with this early game cap here by just cutting it off. So he allows Nystrom to grab that, and then just, you know, snips it off right away. So a little bit of shooting going on here between just basic units. You can see that the Pioneers do have increased squad health as well. So typically speaking, Pioneers win this fight, but we'll see how this is going to go. It looks like they are not going to let me down with that one. So unfortunately for Nystrom, he's going to have to retreat. But, you know, he did just kind of back up a little bit of fuel there. Let's take a quick look around the bases, see if we're missing anything here. Nystrom just continuing to pump out infantry. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at his army size for a little bit here. You can see he's got 2 engineers and 3 rifleman squads at the moment. So just kind of pumping out the riflemen. Meanwhile, Vampire has got his 2 Volksgrenadiers and 2 Pioneer squads. So Going to take a look at the tactical map here just to give everybody a view of what's going on. You can see it's kind of neatly divided. Nobody's really taken control over the center at the moment, but one victory point is up for Nystrom, and as a result, he is very slowly bleeding out Vampire just a little bit here. Fatherland HMG team enters the battlefield, and you can see we do have an Inspired Zeal going up. Inspired Zeal does increase the effectiveness, the accuracy, armor, and I believe reload speed of units based on the number of units they've lost. So you can see that this unit is actually benefiting a little bit more than this unit is. It has a sort of combinatorial effect depending on how many units there are, that sort of stuff. Fun ability, and it costs nothing, so he's just kind of already making great use of his commander abilities. And like I said, unfortunately, low-level armor players don't have a lot that they can use early game, so Nystrom is just kind of up to his, with his wits alone in this kind of a matchup. So Rifleman exchanging some parting blows here as they go back and forth, but they really don't want to mess with the Inspired Zeal, especially when it's backed up by the Fatherland HMG. So he is having a little bit of a tactical retreat here. Rest of his men heading back, and we'll see how the build orders are progressing along. Nothing new here. We do have a sniper coming out here, and I believe this is the Eagle Eye sniper on the way here for Vampire. Rifleman here in the backside here, a little bit of this, passive-aggressive kind of capping, just kind of fighting over points here. Hasn't capped his backside fuel here. I'd like to see these engineers hop out there and grab that. Fuel is always going to be a huge resource late game, or at least you want to get as much of it as you can. Meanwhile, the Riflemen are going to kind of stab out here and cap this really important center road area, if you will. Also taking a look at the victory point. So looks like we do have some Volksgrenadiers popping in here, and if Inspired Zeal gets off its cooldown again, these guys will become pretty effective. They'll get some reasonable bonuses. It'll help them make up for the fact that they're losing men, and they do have this nice backup by the Fatherland HMG. And unfortunately, no Riflemen are in a good flanking position at this moment to be able to, kind of come up behind this HMG and put some pressure on it. Otherwise, doing the crawl away, and we do see the entrance of the Eagle Eye sniper. This is the level 5 sniper, really ridiculously good. And the HMG squad now getting flanked a little bit is taking off, and we do have the Inspired Zeal fired up once again. You can see that almost had no time between cooldowns. He just used that again right away, and these guys have got huge bonuses and are just kind of fighting away at the moment here. Fatherland HMG now retreating a little bit again, and you can see the propaganda being used on this big flank of Flame Engineers and Riflemen. So constant use of early cheap abilities for the Terror Commander. Sniper firing some more. Rifleman just continuing to cap, and right away you'll see he just went straight. Didn't cut anything from his build order. I mean, cut everything from his build order except for the motor pool. Just went right in. Supply yard, motor pool. Undoubtedly going for a fast Greyhound. Meanwhile, we'll take a look. Krieg Barracks going up, and just resupplying the rest of his infantry here. Take a look here at center, and you'll see that he is managing to cap the center point here. And this is kind of the real strength of Inspired Zeal. You can see he's got these wounded 3 out of 5 Volksgrenadiers the whole time, and they've been fighting quite effectively because of the use of that skill. Heavy machine gun team here, pretty nice positioning because his forward, this forward pressure that he's been able to apply to Nystrom is just really intense. He's got the wonderful pairing. Anyone who's heard any of my earlier cast knows that just the pairing of sniper and heavy machine gun team, let alone level 5 hero sniper, level 5 hero HMG team, is a very lethal combination. It prevents other infantry units from really putting too much pressure on your sniper because of the suppression from the machine gun. You can see already 8 kills here for our Eagle Eye sniper. Moving back here, we do have a little bit of a firefight going on. The infantry were wounded pretty badly. We do only have 3 left. They're going to have to retreat. Took a little bit of cover in the building for the time being, but looks like these Volksgrenadiers fighting them off. 6 kills for the Volksgrenadiers, not bad. HMG team setting up here in the back. I'm surprised that he's actually falling back so much. I kind of really liked his positioning up here. Maybe it's just that I had more sight of the battlefield than he did, but might not have been a bad idea because it looks like there's a little bit of a flank coming out here on the right. And we'll see that the very first unit out of his Krieg Barracks is the anti-tank gun, the pack. So oftentimes in these kind of 1v1 matchups, it comes down to, who gets light armor faster, who gets anti-light armor faster. And it can be a very difficult battle sometimes for the Terror player because the packs are so immobile and the Greyhounds are so quick that oftentimes a Greyhound can come around, circle them, and fight them. A lot of times I used to see it was a real trend for a while that the Greyhounds would just come flying in and lay down a Greyhound mine right in front of the build time, or at least it was like that quite a bit in vanilla Coho. And, you know, destroy everything as soon as the very first pack came out. Taking a look around, you'll see that once again, common theme amongst a lot of high-level players. Venom hasn't even bothered capping any of these victory points yet. Very content to just capture the map as a whole. He'll get to that later. But, you know, it is costing him 100 points, but I think he's not too worried about that at the moment. You'll see Nystrom is just kind of struggling to push out at this point. Unfortunately, he doesn't have too much to his advantage.